Welcome to Smart Conserver.
You may have seen some lights in and around the yards of others, and the first thing that comes to mind is those people light bills should be very high. Or there's a power outage and you see the neighbor's house looking all lighted up. You wonder if the neighbor have solar power over there, or what on earth it is that they have that makes them have light and you don't. Well, it's all about choosing the right solar light for the right spot in your yard or even inside the house. There are many options out there for solar lights, but if you have an area or even a room to light up, you can't just go out and buy any light. You first have to look at what you want the light to do and the coverage you want as well as any other feature out there. I have had to purchase a solar light for the back of the house recently. However, I already have a light there, but that light it's solar powered and motion censored. You know the issue? The issue I'm having is the area that I want it to be lighted is 30 feet long. Don't get me wrong, the current solar light that I have, it does cover the 30 feet, but it's the sensor that's the issue. Based on the position of the light, the sensor is a bit more down, even though the light can extend. So what happened is, the sensor only cover at least probably about 10 feet. So if you have to be in at least 10 feet from the light, that's when the sensor pick you up. For me though, that would mean that if an intruder would venture in the yard and stayed within the first 20 feet, the light sensor would not pick up that intruder. Another thing I need is any light that I choose had to be motion censored as well, and the panel had to be on top of the light. I've had solar lights where panels can be placed on a section of the roof and the actual light itself placed at another section. For the area I'm covering, I don't want that. Another thing I wanted the light to do was to illuminate as soon as the area loses natural sunlight, and as soon as it senses motion, it should get brighter. This feature I have with another solar light and I like it, so I wanted it again with this light that I would choose for the area. Also, any solar light that I purchase for the back, it has to be a white light. I started to search online, but based on what I wanted, the best option appeared to be a street light. Experience has taught me that the more lead a light contains, the brighter it will be. One site when I searched, it came up with a suitable street light, and most of them value between 100 US to 150 US. You know, it looked like them crazy. I'm not paying so much for no solar light. I decided to search another site. I was finding some street light in the price range that I wanted, and with quite a number of LEDs as well, and also the feature that I wanted. I found one that would suit me perfectly. It showed that if I purchased one, I would pay $16.99 US, and if I purchased two, I would pay $15.42 US each. The description of the light stated that there were 320 LEDs on it, and the motion angle is 180 degrees, which provide excellent illumination. And it was able to turn dark space into a bright lighted space. The motion sensor, it says, has a sensitivity of up to 15 to 20 feet. The space I wanted to cover was about 10 to 12 feet from the ground, so it would suit the space fine. Each street light came with a remote with 3 lighting modes, which can be operated from the remote control itself. The description stated that working mode 1 is where it automatically turns on when motion is detected and turn off after 30 seconds. This was not what I wanted when I was searching for a light, so mode 1 wouldn't work for me. Working mode 2 now, it says it's always on the darkest condition. It becomes brighter when motion is detected. This is what I wanted, and this is the feature that I was searching for. Working mode 2 would work for me. Working mode 3, the description says it's always on the darkest condition. I don't want a 24 hours bright light in my yard, so working mode 3 wouldn't work for me. The battery capacity it said was 2400 milliampere rechargeable lithium ion battery, and according to the description, it allows solar light to be continuously illuminated for longer lighting period. The solar panels were supposed to work daytime to store electricity and to light up at night for 6 to 8 hours. This would work, but let's see how it operated under the winter condition when the time comes, because we have longer nights at that time. Let's see. The description also stated that the light source was white light. This was another feature that I wanted. So after reading that description, I wanted 2. So I placed them in the cart and I purchased it. The lights came quickly, and it was easy installation. But it came in pieces and brackets. I guess it's just to hold in the box that it came in. The only thing needed to carry out the installation is a drill. Oh yeah, we also needed a ladder as well to reach the height that I wanted it to be placed. Come, let me show you the installation. Hey, one thing I know, even when you're buying a light, you might know exactly where you want the light to put, which space, but the exact spot, you really don't know it until the light coming up. You really don't know. Because, can I tell you, even though we had that 30 feet space that was dark, the coconut tree covered a part of it, and you had to be careful where you put that light, because you didn't want to place it too much under the coconut tree, so that the coconut tree would block the sun from the panel that is on the light itself. So you really don't know. Anyway, so the light going up, and you see the pieces that I show you. How much screws that so far? 3 screws so far that is placing. Oh, it came with nuts as well, It came with all the pieces, yeah. It's not surprising though that they give you with plugs, wall plugs. So we could use a wall plug to plug the wall as well. But I must tell you, you can't know the exact spot unless until you decide to put it up, and you have to look carefully. But nevertheless, it was okay. It was. I did tell you that you need a screwdriver as well. I don't remember saying that. I remember saying a drill. Yeah, you need a screwdriver as well, people, to install that light. It's not hard. It came in 1, 2, 3 pieces. The only thing though, the thing was in plastic. the armed bracket was in plastic. It would have been good if it could have been in metal, but probably that's the cost of the 100 US one. Well, we finished one. Now we're going on to the next solar light. It's the same pieces that we did. Just mark and measure. I think the second one was the one that was closer. The second one was the one that was closer to the coconut tree. And even though it protrude, I don't think it would ever, no, I don't think the coconut would ever drop on it. Not unless it bounces off. You know, if it bounces off, it's going to break. Yeah, it's going to break, you know. Because like I said, that thing is plastic. That's, I guess, if I was to rate the lights, that would be my only down. I would only wish that it was not plastic itself. I had wanted to show you how we assembled it, the pieces together, right? So we had to, you notice the panel at the top? That's another downside from it, you know. I really don't like those panels, you know, because after a while, they tend to get this cloudy thing on it. So you have to be cleaning it off sometimes. You see the LED? You see that little white button right there? That's a sensor. I'm not sure what the green one is. I think possibly one of them is for the remote, so that the thing on the remote was able to pick up what is on the light itself. But both lights came with remote, and to tell the truth, is one remote I used when I was setting it the day. The one remote set the two light. So they could have given you one remote to just do the work for the two. Alright, putting it up now. Like I said, it came with the screws and the nuts. It was a one-man job. It never need two persons to hold things up. No, it never need two persons to hold things up, but overall it took probably about, how long I say it take? I can't even remember. Probably a couple minutes to install. It never take long. We're up and out there in no time. And what was good about it too, these lights came pre-charged. Yeah, it came pre-charged. So it was a bit easier with it being pre-charged. Yeah, it was a good look too. Notice the ones at night. See, I show you now. In the night when I set it, I was careful though, very careful. I didn't go near it, you know. And that's a dim. Ah, yeah, that's the beauty about it. That's the dim. You saw it bright? Yeah. So now the two lights are installed and shining in the night. You know, I have to be careful when I was really doing that thing, like I tell you. I couldn't go too near in order to record it, as I only wanted to record the dim light. And I showed you what the dim was. This was, the dim light is before it get bright, if it detect motion. I would have to admit it's a good buy. I told you what I didn't like about it, but you can get around that. The lights did all that I wanted it to do. It comes on promptly as soon as the place get dark, and the dim light that you're able to see, it lit up the entire 30 feet. As a matter of fact, the other light in the corner, it don't, remember I tell you that only come on with motion detect. It didn't come on any at all. These lights bright up the entire 30 feet. The lights kept up right through the night for the first night, which I tell you it would have been surprising for me because I didn't know that they came pre-charged like that. I expected it to shut off probably say midway through the night, but they kept up right through the night, and they only shut off when the daylight reaches the panel on top. After using it, probably it's about 4 or 3 days now, I realized that it's really sensitive. If I leave drop, the bright light come on. That's a great thing in my opinion. Yeah, it is. The sensitivity. So, once again, lights that will not add a cent to this monthly light bill. It feels good. Really feels good knowing that this happened. Nobody can bill me for it.
You have come to the end of another series. Join us next time for more ways to conserve.